Hey, Eric here, your daily source for bold and beautiful spoilers, recaps, and news. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to B&B for Phone. Today is a beautiful day to dive deep into the soapy, scandalous world of Los Angeles. Grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's talk about the absolute madness unfolding on our screens right now. You will not believe the secrets, the lies, and the explosive confrontations brewing today. Let's get right into it. Can you believe the absolute nerve of some of these characters? Today's episode gave us a massive dose of deception, starting with a deeply emotional and incredibly ironic conversation between Daphne and Ridge Forrester. Daphne caught up with Ridge following his high-profile business trip to Monaco, and you could just feel the heavy, suffocating tension radiating off her. Ridge, who is usually so hyper-focused on his own drama and the Forrester creation's European expansion, actually paused long enough to sense that Daphne was carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. He asked her if everything was okay, and that is when Daphne dropped a bombshell confession. She admitted to Ridge that she came dangerously close to leaving Carter Walton entirely. She was literally on the verge of packing her bags and running away to Paris before she finally came to her senses and decided to stay. Let's be honest here. Daphne's psychological state is completely shattered right now. We all know she is drowning in the devastating grief of her infertility diagnosis. That kind of trauma changes a person, and her instinct to flee to Paris was a classic fight-or-flight response. She wanted to run away from the medical reality, run away from Carter's suffocating optimism about surrogacy and adoption, and just disappear. But she didn't. She stayed. And as she stood there talking to Ridge, she started praising Carter to the high heavens. She went on and on about how amazing Carter is, how he is the most reliable man, and the absolute greatest husband she could ever ask for. And you won't believe what happens next. Ridge, in all his arrogant, oblivious glory, completely agreed with her. Ridge stood there nodding along, validating Daphne's praise, calling Carter a rock-solid guy and a saint of a husband. Amazing. That's crazy. The sheer, unadulterated irony of this scene is enough to make any longtime fan scream at their television screen. Ridge and Daphne are standing there singing Carter's praises, completely and utterly blind to the fact that Carter has committed the ultimate betrayal. Neither of them has the slightest clue that Carter is secretly in love with Ridge's own daughter, Steffy Forrester. I have to scream about this because it is driving me insane. Carter Walton is doing it again. Have we learned nothing from the Quinn Fuller disaster? Carter has this toxic, deeply ingrained psychological flaw where he seeks out the most forbidden, destructive women whenever he feels emotionally starved. Daphne shut him out because of her illness, and instead of giving her space, Carter ran straight into the arms of his boss's daughter. And not just any daughter, Steffy Forrester, the woman who is married to John Finnegan. Right now, Carter is in full panic mode. He is desperately clinging to the hope that Steffy will keep her mouth shut about what happened between them. But here's the surprise. Steffy is actually cracking under the pressure. Part of Steffy is being eaten alive by guilt, and she genuinely feels like she needs to be honest with Finn. She wants to confess, but Carter is absolutely terrified. He has made it crystal clear to Steffy that Finn can never, ever know what happened. Carter is begging her to take this secret to the grave. Both Carter and Steffy are now frantically trying to stabilize their respective marriages, and their entire future depends on their ability to maintain this disgusting wall of silence. I absolutely hate Steffy's hypocrisy in this storyline. I really do. Think about it. Steffy walks around Forrester Creations acting like she is the moral compass of Los Angeles. She constantly judges Hope Logan for her messy love life. She relentlessly attacks Brooke Logan for her past mistakes. She demands absolute, unwavering loyalty from Finn, practically forcing him to cut his own birth mother, Sheila Carter, out of his life. Yet, behind closed doors, Steffy is cheating on her husband with the company's COO. It makes my blood boil. How can she look Finn in the eye, knowing he is currently trapped on a commercial flight dealing with the psychological torture of Sheila sitting right next to him while she is hiding an affair with Carter? And speaking of plot twists, let's talk about the fan theories exploding across the B&B for Phone community right now. What if Sheila Carter finds out about Steffy and Carter? We know Sheila is on her way to Monaco to crash Finn and Steffy's romantic reunion. What if Sheila overhears a phone call? What if she finds a text message? If Sheila gets her hands on the proof that Steffy cheated on Finn, the suspense will be off the charts. Sheila would absolutely use that to blackmail Steffy into letting her into Hayes' life. The slow-paced plot of the Monaco trip is about to shift into high gear, and Steffy's perfect little world is going to burn to the ground. But wait, the drama doesn't stop there. Let's pivot over to the bikini bar, where the younger generation is proving that they are just as messy as their parents. We got a wildly uncomfortable, highly explosive run-in between Will Spencer, Melissa Dillon, R.J. Forrester, and Elektra. Oh, the tension was so thick you could cut it with a Forrester original gown. R.J. and Elektra were at the bar, likely celebrating, because they just got the official green light for Itchin's brand new youth fashion line. R.J. is strutting around like he owns the world. He is pitching Elektra as the new face and visionary of Forrester Creations, completely replacing hope for the future. Let's be real, R.J. is dripping with that classic Forrester arrogance right now. He is using his family's company to play sugar daddy to Elektra, showering her with massive corporate roles just to win her heart. These successor characters are really stepping into the shoes of their parents, and RJ is acting exactly like a young Ridge Forrester entitled Reckless and Blinded by Infatuation. Elektra, on the other hand, is still dealing with her own massive insecurities and the lingering guilt of dumping Will. And then, in walks Will with Dillon. Talk about a recipe for disaster. Will's heart is completely shattered. He is fragile, vulnerable, and his ego has been bruised beyond repair by Elektra choosing RJ over him. Seeing Elektra and RJ celebrating their shiny new fashion line was like a dagger straight to Will's chest. You could see the pure hatred in Will's eyes. Will and RJ were glaring at each other, and while they managed to hold back from actually throwing punches, the verbal insults they were hurling at each other were brutal. This is the classic Spencer versus Forrester war reignited for a new generation. Dillon, meanwhile, was soaking up the drama like a sponge. We all know Dillon is a manipulative gold digger who has targeted Will specifically because of his Spencer bank account. She is playing the role of the comforting friend, but her claws are sinking deeper and deeper into Will. The tension between Dillon and Elektra was just as fierce as the boys. Elektra knows Dillon slept on Will's couch, and she feels completely betrayed by her former friend. Dillon is looking at Elektra with this smug, victorious smirk, silently telling her, "You threw him away, and now he is mine." But the B&B for Phone family knows that a massive storm is coming for Dillon that will turn this entire bikini bar dynamic upside down. We are tracking the rumors, and we know that Dillon's mother, Darcy, is arriving in Los Angeles very soon. And why is Darcy coming? To reclaim her ex-lover, Ridge Forrester? Yes, you heard that right. The biggest theory right now is that Dillon is actually Ridge Forrester's secret biological daughter. Just imagine the absolute chaos if this theory proves true. If Dillon is Ridge's daughter, that means she is RJ's half-sister. That means Elektra's biggest romantic rival is suddenly Forrester royalty. All of RJ's arrogant posturing at the bikini bar will blow up in his face when he realizes the girl he is insulting is his own flesh and blood. And poor Will? He thinks he is rebounding with a nobody, but he might actually be dating the daughter of his father's worst enemy. Bill Spencer is going to lose his mind laughing at Ridge, while Ridge is going to have an absolute meltdown trying to separate Will and Dillon. The suspense is killing me, and I cannot wait to see how this all unfolds. What do you guys think? Will Steffy actually confess to Finn? Or will Carter's desperate manipulation keep her quiet? And who will throw the first punch when Will and RJ finally snap? Let me know all your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Keep your eyes glued to B&B for phone, because we will be right here breaking down every single shocking moment.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.